Well, I love the off season because I can do this, And
Talk to me, right? Of course.
well, you too. You're a handsome young fella too, which really
Thank
helps.
you.
And you got great TV hair. You're probably the first person we'll say this to. That Daniel Jones, everybody, they should have taken him later. He was not going to be there.
Yeah.
So everybody just trust me. I know.
You know?
I know.
Okay.
I know for a fact.
Hi, Michael Buffer here, and let's get ready for Stat Sports.
The post-lunch interview with Giants legend Phil Simms. Rocket Sports Football, Simms Complete QB Camp. What does being a part of this camp mean to you?
Mean to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just happy to be part of it for many reasons. I know Rocket Sports, Brian Carlson, a lot of people involved, the school here in Pope John. And then my son, Matt, is really Simms Complete QB. It's his company. I work for him. How about that?
Man.
And let me tell you something. I'm not happy about
You
the
traded
pay.
the sides.
Yeah, I'm not happy about the pay because he doesn't pay me nothing.
Are you going to complain?
Yes, I am, but he won't listen. But it's all good. And, I love doing camps. I probably have been on the field since the season's been over at least 100 days, probably more. And love working with the kids, quarterbacks especially, of course, and wide receivers. And it's just good to be here.
When these kids, when you talk to them, what is the advice that you give them? Because obviously they look up to you, everything you've accomplished. What is the advice, the tips you give them?
Well, most of these kids have no idea who I am and what I've done in the pros, and I know that. That's okay. But, they'll find out. And what's good, most of them will probably go home tonight and Google me and look me up and see whatever. But, the advice is really simple. Football is one of the few games left out there. And nothing against the other sports, but football is about respect and discipline. And that's really what we teach here. I do. When we talk, be quiet. And, we're good to them. I love having fun. I'm a very positive coach. My son is too. We're really into what we do. I'm not here just to hang out. I'm here to really teach and try to make some kids better and make them smile because of something they do. That is what is really rewarding about it.
What makes this camp different than any other?
We really know what we're talking about. And, it's just that blatant. It sounds, like I'm bragging or whatever. But when I talk about quarterbacks throwing and running routes, we can teach it right. And you go, oh, there's a lot of quarterback coaches out there. I'm sorry. Most of them don't know what they're talking about. They got some phrases. They got some drills. But, I know why you throw it a certain way. And it's like a golf coach. When a golfer hits it way right, can the golf coach tell him exactly why he hit it way right? Well, I can tell the quarterback when he misses a throw exactly what he did wrong, and that's what's fun. And that's what's fun when they learn it and they correct themselves.
You kind of joked about, your son not giving you enough pay, but just being able to do this camp with your son, what does that mean to you?
It's great. It really is. It takes a lot of stress off me, and I let him give the speeches. I let him do the instructions, and then I just, okay, I'll go over here and do what you said, son. And but it is good, and I'm really proud of him, just the way he handles himself and how meticulous he is in his coaching and how much he likes it and cares about it. I mean, there's not one kid out there today, no matter what the age or talent level, he's going to treat them all the same, and that's what's really cool.
Let's go back to you and your career in the NFL. Just when you reflect back at it and the Super Bowls and everything you've accomplished, just what comes to mind for you?
Oh, geez. I think about it about maybe once every 2 months or something that I played. And, I think I saw a clip on TV about a week ago of us. I looked at it and I said, oh, man, look at how young we were and how fast everybody we all were and now all this hurts. But, what I think about it is the friendships, the fact that football is truly so hard. When you have success, the joy is nothing that you can comprehend almost than anything else. Yeah, the birth of my children, getting married, we know that. But I'm telling you, outside of that, because when you win a game in the NFL, even in college, you go in and go, wow, we won. It's not like, oh, we knew we were going to win. It's really, that's why it's such a great game. That's why America loves football more than any other sport.
You talk about the games that you won. Super Bowl 21, one of your greatest all-time performances.
Sure.
Is that your favorite game or win of all time?
Well, it's probably my favorite win just because of what it stood for. But I really, there's other games that were not near aesthetically good looking. Sure. We won, but it's how we won because it was so hard. We pulled it out. You know, it was the accumulation of working hard all year to win this game at that moment because of that. And those were the games I'd come in the locker room and go, I am satisfied, you know, that we did our best. Yeah. We really did our best and maybe even overachieved. And I would be satisfied sometimes, even in losing, knowing they were so much better than us and we took them into overtime or whatever. There's great satisfaction when you know you've done your best.
When you're at your peak, just you were one of the greatest to ever do it. Just what makes a great quarterback in your mind?
Well, you know, first you got to throw it. Yeah. I mean, you know, you can be all the brains and all this, everything you want. But, you know, you got to be able to throw the ball. And then, of course, then it's playing the position. There's so many things, toughness, competing, leadership. The list just goes on and on. And the quarterback is in a unique position because regardless if the players don't like you or not, a lot of them won't like you because you're the quarterback. Oh, too much attention to the quarterback, this and that. But they're going to blame the winning and losing on you too. So I just think the power that comes with the position is just, that's a wonderful thing for guys like me and other, you know, successful quarterbacks because we really enjoy that.
There's winning Super Bowls and then there's winning Super Bowls in New York. What was that like?
Well, I think winning Super Bowls anywhere is about the same. And, you know, it's so funny. I remember the year we won the Super Bowl. You know, we were on a really hot run for many, many weeks. And I remember, you know, second quarter of a game, we're 11-2, and we didn't score, get a first out, and the fans boo. And I go, oh, my gosh, what do we got to do? And, of course, the only thing that's going to last and keep you in good thoughts with the fans or whatever is you got to win Super Bowls. Yeah. And, unfortunately, that's how we judge all sports and players now. How many championships did you win?
Yeah,
you know, it's a team game. I don't know what to say. You know, I can have my best year of my career, which I did sometimes, and we didn't make the playoffs. So, you know, it's a great team game. And, again, that's why it's so great to play. And that's why it's great to watch.
You're a little prankster, Phil. I had to check my seat before I came here because I saw what you did to Eli Manning. You took his shoes in the locker room. Just what's that relationship like, you and Eli?
Well, you know, we're not close because I never tried to tread on his territory. You know, I'm very cognizant of that. I don't try to, you know, hang around and let, you know, and just always be there. Yeah. Eli, it's his team. It's his moment. And I took his shoes because I walked by his locker. I just wanted to check the cleats out. I go, wow, look at these cleats. They're like cars. They're so great. You know, I'm thinking of the big, heavy things we wore. Then I saw some brand new shoes. I said, let me just take these. Then I looked at the size. He wears the same size as me.
There you go.
But I'm going to give them back. I'm not going to wear them. But it was fun. And it really wasn't me.
Yeah.
It was the Giants staff.
Okay, fair enough.
Boy,
Fair enough.
They go, take it. It'll be funny. And then I wrote him a note. I didn't know they were going to post it all on Twitter. But it's all good.
A lot of people, they'll debate who the greatest Giants quarterback of all time is. They'll say it's you or it's Eli. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, I don't know if there's a debate about it at all. I think that his the ability to stay on the field, all the years he played, he was the MVP, his 2 Super Bowls, all that. I don't think there's a debate anymore. And, look, I did the best I could. I'm proud of that. And Eli's doing the same. I marvel at the fact that, you know, I had trouble with injuries my whole career. And he has stayed injury-free, basically. Rules have helped. Things up, but his style of play has helped. And unfortunately, I didn't learn that style of play till really late in my career.
Eli gets a lot of criticism or this and that about what he has left in the tank. You obviously know a lot about quarterbacks. What do you think he has left, Eli Manning?
Well, I haven't really started talking about the season yet, but I think he'll statistically and maybe personally maybe have one of his best years of his career for many reasons. Knowledge is one thing, but he's got a good team around him. Yeah. I love the system they run with Pat Shurmur. So I think Eli is in for himself personally. I think he's in for a really, really good year. I'm not saying the Giants are going to be really, really good, but I know the offensive side It's pretty sound. It's pretty good. And like I said, Pat Shermer did a great job with Case Keenum in Minnesota. So he can do a great job with talent that's probably better than they had in Minnesota on the offensive side. I think it'll be a surprising year to a lot of Giant fans. And last thing, I've been to many events this whole offseason, and I've only had about 2 people come up and be negative about Eli.
Okay.
So everybody wants him to do well,
Yeah.
and it's all set up for him to do well, and I think he will.
At some point, Daniel Jones is expected to be the next quarterback for the Giants. You've obviously navigated in his shoes. What advice would you give him on navigating being the quarterback in New York and everything that entails?
You know, being a quarterback at any team's all the same. Everybody goes New York, New York, New York. You think in Green Bay they care less? You think in Kansas City they care less than they do here in New York? No. In fact, they might care more because there's not as many, you know, in New York there's so many pro teams. We'll just move on to the next team that's doing well.
Yeah.
So Daniel Jones, we know his chance will come. I think he'll be ready for it. I think he's a perfect fit for the Giants, the offense, the team, the culture here, everything about it. I think they knew what they were doing. And just to dispel any myths, you're probably the first person we'll say this to, that Daniel Jones, everybody, they should have taken him later. He was not going to be there.
Yeah.
So everybody just trust me. I know.
You know?
I know.
Okay.
I know for a fact.
There's a lot of people that you should sell that to.
Well, I will.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact he would not have been there on the 17th pick that the Giants had. So it's a quarterback. Are we going to argue, I had him slotted at number 9. Who's they?
Yeah.
Oh, writers and that who are not.
The angry Twitter trolls.
Yeah. We had him. What, you read online about some guy that's not looked at any film telling me who's going to be drafted where? So trust me. Not one,
Tell New York to relax.
multiple teams were going to draft Daniel Jones before pick 17.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Before I let you go, just at this point in your
That's
career.
a scoop.
Yeah.
I just gave you a scoop.
I appreciate
Nobody
it.
talks about it,
Yeah.
but I do know.
Yeah.
I know.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Before I let you go, at this point in your career, you're doing these camps, you're retired. Just what drives you on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I love the off season because I can do this. You know. And
Well, talk to me, right? Of course.
Well, you too. You're a handsome young fella too, which
Thank
really
you,
helps.
thank you.
And you got great TV hair.